Well, here's the problem. So far, even though we've added these premises and made the argument a little bit better, right? We've made it a valid argument. That is, the conclusion at least clearly follows from the premises. Maybe it's not so clear that our original abortion clinic protester has something as bad in mind. Now, why do I say as bad? I say something is bad because let's look at the argument from the previous page. Abortions kill a human being. That sounds like what he's saying. The second thing is, and that we're claiming was the explicit premise, the second premise is all acts of killing a human being are morally wrong. That's the premise we're supplying to make the argument valid. Well, that, I think, when you really think about it, is a pretty unreasonable premise. Many people believe that, at least in cases of self-defense, killing a human being is not morally wrong. The idea is, if somebody has a gun to your head and is about to pull the trigger, most people think that it is morally permissible to kill that person to prevent him or her from killing you. Now, I admit there's some people that are going to find that that are going to disagree with that claim, but it's a problem with the premise that we have supplied. So far, maybe, as I said a second ago, maybe the protester doesn't have anything as bad, any argument as bad as this in mind. But maybe we can get a slightly better, a more sophisticated version of the argument. And notice we're going to start going away from the exact text of what the protester said outside the clinic. Let's say maybe the first premise is abortion is an act of killing of an innocent human being. And the one that we're going to supply as the implicit premise, the missing premise, is acts involving killing an innocent human being are wrong. Therefore, abortion is morally wrong. Okay, now, at least that second premise that we're supplying is a more plausible, more reasonable premise. That is, it's not that all acts of killing human beings are wrong or morally wrong, but rather killing innocent human beings, that is, walking up and stomping on a baby's head and killing him, is something that looks like it's wrong because the person is innocent. Killing a third party is, in general, morally wrong. In fact, that's usually the definition of murder, which we all agree is wrong. But notice, even so, people are going to say this is a pretty flimsy argument. They're going to worry. Now notice, we've now substituted exactly what he said in that first premise for something more specific. That is, abortion is an act of killing an innocent human being. Never said that. Now the debate is going to turn in, and the debate in trying to assess the argument is going to turn to that first premise. Is abortion an act of killing an innocent human being? So in going on, we see the whole argument, or the rationale behind this whole argument, is a little bit more complicated. And if we were writing an argumentative essay about this, we would have, and this was the position we were taking, we would have to explain, we would have to present another argument, let's say, in favor, or an explanation of why people should think that that act of killing an innocent human being, an abortion is, an act of killing an innocent human being. That is, you have to at least give some reason for thinking that the fetus, the unborn child, as the pro-abortionists, like the people who are pro-life, as they like to call it, claim. You have to give some reason for accepting that.